Om Shanti. Welcome to another episode of Power to Withdraw. We are going through a sub series of reconnect to your inner net, and today we are in the series of Arise the Inner Superhero. Yesterday we discussed much about superhero, and we tried to host a superhero inside us. And your information, this superhero is going to be with you inside you till you want in yourself. And when this superhero is there in you, you have to keep decorating this superhero. You have to nurture this superhero in you. And then you can start your life ahead with different powers. Well, we start with power to withdraw, the first power in the cycle of 8 powers. Yesterday, we told you that there are different powers which can be attained through Raj Yoga meditation. And out of all these powers, there are basic 8 powers which we usually introduce our meditation practitioners basic foundation course of Raj Yoga only. These are like power to withdraw, power to pack up, power to tolerate, power to accommodate, power to judge, pow- power to discriminate between good and bad, power to face the situation, power to cooperate in good work. So these are some powers which we will be discussing in coming some weeks. Power to withdraw. Usually, in our mentality, we think withdraw from somebody or some work is not good. We feel it as it gives like a negative signal to us that power to withdraw. If I withdraw, what people will think, or if getting withdrawn from you or work, we feel like uh, we feel something bad about them. Let me tell you, it is a very good spiritual power to keep yourself withdrawn. Now, coming back to that same example, tortoise. Tortoise having very delicate organs, but only one important speciality in tortoise that tortoise has a very hard shell around the basic part of the body. Only availability of shell is not that important, is not that smart to be in like to help that tortoise to live 400 years. The smartness is you are able to actually use that shell. Are you able to use that shell in you? Tortoise is that smart that it takes care of its organs, how to use, till what extent it has to use, and what time and till what extent it's not going to use it. So, at the time of danger, tortoise is wise enough to understand that Brother Balakrishna is raising his hand. Is there anything? You can please write down in chat box. So, what I want to say, tortoise, whenever it finds there is a danger, it works very nicely. Tortoise walks very slow. It actually, this is the shell. Say, for example, this is the shell, and this is like tortoise. I'm trying to make it. So this is like tortoise, this is shell, and this is like tortoise hands and legs, and tortoise is going out, coming, going, walking, doing something. If you go close to tortoise, tortoise is going to, shell is still there. Tortoise is going to wind up itself inside. Tortoise is not running away from the situation. Tortoise is not actually fighting with the situation. Tortoise knows its limitations. Tortoise knows its specialities, that I have a beautiful, strong, tough that shell around me that can save me from an elephant also. So I will just go in. Nobody can harm me. We, in our daily routine, we work so much. While working, our all appendages keep working. And you will say, sister, we don't have a shell around us. And how to save my appendages? Yes, of course, we don't have. But I'm not talking about physical shell or physical appendages. I'm talking about mental appendages and mental cell. What I am talking, sometimes we are so busy in our work and busy, sometimes being active, and sometimes we are really smart enough. We work very well. We actually we can deliver our work very nicely. We are better than others, we know. And so what we do, we keep involving ourselves in others' work also. Look, helping is a different thing, but sometimes we behave very nosy. We put our nose in others' work also. A yogi, being a yogi state of mind is, I do my work, and being in the same situation, being in the place, associated with people, I put myself withdrawn. I close my appendages here, not being nosy. Now, why to do this? And from where I should start to withdraw myself? Number one thing is I need to be happy to withdraw myself. I need to understand that I am not responsible for everything. I need not to know everything in world, whatever going on. I need not to actually uh, gather more of information or interfering in everyone's work. In one simple definition, if you want me to, power to withdraw is very close but detached. Now, this is pranam. This is a very powerful way, or in a very powerful posture in Bharatiya culture. Now, if this is a very powerful culture, this is pranam, this is namaskar, nice. This is very close, very close. But this hand is not losing its identity, neither this hand losing identity. Sometimes being close, we get trapped, we get attached, we get not just connected, this is also connected, get trapped, trapping. And this trap feeling, now this hand is losing its identity. This hand is also losing its identity. And the last thing, this is not giving good effect to others also. So always remember, power to withdraw is like this, very close but detached, very close. But I will take all the responsibilities. I will be very close to you. I'll help you. I'll be associated with you. But I'm not going to lose my own identity. I'll change according to you. Say, for example, sometime this hand is like this. So this hand comes and be like this. So this adjustment is there. Losing my identity. This is to power to withdraw. Next week, we are going to have another power, which is called power to pack up. Power to pack up is much different than power to withdraw. Why to withdraw? You know, while working, slowly we generate this pseudo sense of responsibility, or I say pseudo ego inside that I can do, so I have to do. Just let me inform you, you need not to do. You need not to know. Be in your shell. If you are not responsible for this, just withdraw yourself. Why? For your safety. Because when you will get mingled in unnecessary work, then you will start getting affected physically and at energy level through that work also. And sometimes people around you, if you keep putting your nose in their work, so slowly your nosy behavior is going to leave you alone from your friends because you are interfering, you are penetrating their security, their personal space. So if you are penetrating their security, you will be rejected sometime. All these powers are there to become a superhero. So the first, this power to withdraw is I keep, I maintain a very nice, safe environment around me. Safe environment. Sometimes some people are there whose tentacles are so smart that their tentacles, their antenna, they're so smart, they can have a 360-degree radar and they keep sensing all the work going around. Not just sensing, if you're boss of that area, you need to sense things, but you need to give others security also. So there, I want to be withdrawn from the situation. Now, withdrawal doesn't mean you leave the place. You are not interested. You are very interested. You are cooperating. But just because your direct interference in that work may hinder that work, may create a negative environment. That is why you are not interfering in that work. Withdraw yourself. Let's come to our practical life examples. Uh, keep asking people about their goodwill is always good. But asking people about their goodwill just to know what is cooking in everyone's house, this is bad. This craving of information makes you mingle in everything. And actually, you invoke attention in your life. Power to withdraw says, work together very closely, but still not penetrating in others' job. leaving others intact, me myself intact. If you want to help, I'm always there to help you. Oh, I have a itchy feeling here. I'm not able to scratch this place. Can you help me? Yes, of course, I will. But power to withdraw says, I scratch you here. I'm different from you now. I am different. When you use this power in your life, I'm going to show you a chart which we will be dealing throughout 7 weeks. So, this chart is what feelings I need to generate when I start with a power. So, the first is power to withdraw. Happily, with wholehearted, happy feeling, I start withdrawing myself, not sadly, not feeling like I am not the or something. No, happily, I am trying to withdraw myself from the environment. And in the behavior, what you need to do, if you have to use your power to withdraw in your daily life, so what you have to do in your behavior is like you have to be a witness. You have to feel light. I'll come back to this slide again. Now, when I say happily withdrawing myself, for what? For my safety. What do you mean by my safety, sister? My safety is the more I get involved in unwanted work, which is not of my working area, I may be free from those work. There are 2, 3 things I can do. One, I can save my time for self development. Number two, I can actually create some moments of peace because I'm not receiving unnecessary burden from others. And number three, it makes you powerful inside. It is a type of self control, not interfering in others' work. Come to our daily life if you are not getting this. How many times it so happened, any of my family or team member, they are talking somebody on phone and we are very interested in their conversation. As soon as they keep their phone off, we ask, to whom you were talking? Because all the time when you were talking, I was absolutely mess up with a guessing thing, to whom you are talking, to whom you are talking, why you are talking like this. Unless and until you will not solve my problem, I'll be in that um, jumbled mindset. So, you are happy that time? No, no. Sometimes it's also this is again a nosy behavior. Don't do that. Power to withdraw says you can ask other person, but mentally being stable. They're talking, let them talk. Sometimes we keep roaming around and asking people about, oh, why are you wearing such a new dress today? Now people have to give some reason of wearing a new dress. Oh, something special. There are two ways of asking something special. One being nosy or one being curious. Oh, something special. So I should wish this person for a special day. That is a different behavior. That behavior is like good wishes behavior. But sometimes we simply interfere in others' work, saying like, what's that special thing? It's like more of a comment. Say, for example, you know many things better, but unless and until you are not invited to do that, just save your energies. Because without invitation, and if there is help is not required, if you keep interfering, you're not withdrawing yourself, you are decreasing your own dignity. So wait, let them do. If required, they will ask you. Go and do when asked. Go and do when you are responsible for that. But unnecessarily being advocating others all the time, not important. Withdraw yourself. Withdraw yourself from news. Withdraw yourself from unnecessary work. Withdraw yourself from unnecessary speech. Why to speak all the time? And the most important, withdraw yourself from unnecessary listening. You know, these receivers are for limited time. Withdraw yourself from unnecessary listening. Why to listen anything? Why I need to have a sound around me all the time? Some I have seen one few of our means those who practice meditation. I have seen them also. They keep playing one music around them. Even that may be a meditation music also, but you are not meditating. You're working, you are cooking, and you are uh, using meditation music that time. Why? Use some song because you're cooking, you want to keep your mood good. Use some song. So, what I am saying, all the time, withdraw yourself from extra listening also. Withdraw yourself from extra thinking also. Why do you think so much? Power to withdraw. Power to withdraw says you have a shell around you. What is that shell? Shell is God's canopy. Do your work, think about your responsibilities, and time to time during the day, at some intervals, go inside the cell. Go inside. Be safe. Feel that safe. Remember, tranquility of peace is going to increase your inner strength. All the questions which you people ask me about emotional stability, about sometimes, jumble behavior or mood swings, all the questions. Give time to be peaceful. Give time to enjoy the peace inside you. Give some time to be soundless. At least soundless. If you are not able to be soundless, how can you be peaceful? Try to be soundless for some time. It's okay, it's fine, there is no sound around. At least for some time, even if you are working in your house, your TV is on, your phone is on, or some song is going on, it's good for some time. Why always? Can't I be away from sound for some time? Because if you want to increase your good thinking power, the number one thing, you have to stop these ears. Dadi Janki, administrative head of Brahma Kumaris till this March, she she uh, means she left her mortal body in the month of March at the age of 103 years. And she used to say one very good thing that somebody asked Dadi, Dadi, are you able to listen God? Are you able to talk to God? She said, yes. The other person said, how can you do this? And I'm not saying this is last days. This question was asked in 70s when she was also very young, and she was in the beginning of services in London that time. So somebody asked Dadi, how can you talk to God, or how can you listen from God? The one sentence answer: stop talking to others, stop listening from others. You will listen from God. My phone is so busy, internal phone. If my regular phone, my mobile phone, is busy talking someone, maybe some other important call is waiting for you. They are trying to call, but your phone is always engaged. Why to withdraw myself? Not to keep my internal phone engaged. Being busy is different. Being occupied is different. And being withdrawn is different. I am doing everything, but consciously, I am keeping my intellect free. Consciously, I am not engaged inside so that I cannot receive godly interventions. Remember, superhero need to believe in their own sixth sense. Superhero need to keep their mind free from waste and negative so that they can catch goodness, they can catch the time of requirement, and they can take a correct step that time. So when we start meditation, when we meditate, when we start practicing silence in our life, at physical level, silence means without sound, and at mental level, going into peace, practicing peace. Going into peace means slowing down the number of thoughts, decreasing number of thought, increasing the time given to one each thought. And then if I'm doing this slowly, I generate that unnosy behavior. I know what is useful, I know what is useless, and the most important thing, I know the important most priority of my life, that I need to understand godly intervention in my life. I would really like to narrate one story here. It's a very famous story. Actually, I heard this through internet only from someone. Someone sent this a story to me. The story is, I think most of you might be aware of this story also. I'm not saying about withdrawal, but I am saying about godly intervention. If you are mingle in overthinking, if you are trapped in overthinking, if you are always nosy for others, or if you're always, interfering different things, how you are not able to receive correct touchings at right time. There was a man, very optimistic man, and he was most optimistic person in his area, and he had a confidence on his connection with God. He had many experiences with God. Number of time he had good experiences that God helps me, and he was feeling very good about this. But one day he was crossing through a cliff, and slowly it was going dark, dark and dark and dark. And after some time, it so happened, all of a sudden, there was a storm. It was night time. It was a storm. And he slipped down from that cliff. When he slipped down, he was remembering God. It was all dark around. He was remembering God. God, please save me. And as soon as he said, God, save me, immediately, somehow, he touched something because he was falling freely down. And somehow, he managed to hang himself from something like branch of a tree like thing. He was hanging in air now. He was swinging in air, holding the branch of tree like thing. It was pitch dark around, so he was not able to see where he is hanging and what he is doing. It was very cold because that cliffy area. And although there is a storm going on, and he was holding tightly with that branch like thing, mostly branch. He was thinking, I am holding a branch of a tree. He was remembering God with whole of his confidence. But at the other side, he was having a fear about pitch dark environment. He was having a fear of death. He was having so many things. He was thinking like, why this storm is there today? There was no information of such a storm. People are not working in that weather forecast area. They are not working properly. Um, uh, whether my bhakti or my devotion is capable enough to save me or not. So he was suspicious about his own powers. He had good power of devotion, which may save him, but he had a thought inside that whether my devotion is going to save me or not. And slowly, heartedly, like keeping all this fear, confusion in mind, bad wishes about weather forecast people, nobody listening to me, the feeling of helplessness, with all this, keeping all these things in mind, and he remembered God. Still, he remembered God very confidently saying that, okay, whatever devotion I did till today, so you are going to give me the result of it. So please save me. There was a thunderstorm. There was big storm, and there was a sound from God. Leave the branch which you are holding. That man was so surprised. Oh my God, I thought God is going to save me. And he's saying, the branch. Then again, he said, God, I am saying you to save me. And this is the only way I am hanging here. Otherwise, I will fall down in the ditch there. So God again said, leave the branch. And this person decided not to leave that branch. Next day morning, when a storm was stopped, the day began. There was a sunrise. People came out. They find dead body hanging on the tree, branch of the tree, 2 feet above the ground, just 2 feet above the ground. If he had left that, if he had left that branch, he must have grounded safely, and he must have find a way to go somewhere, save himself. It was so cold, chilled. He died out of fear, out of chill, hanging on tree, 2 feet above the ground. Being a superhero for myself, the the first important thing, am I able to make my mind peaceful enough, quiet enough to receive correct touchings at right time? Second, am I able to withdraw my thoughts from environment in such a way that I am so stable internally that whatever I'm doing, I'm not going to go in panic? Third, I withdraw myself from the environment where I'm not responsible. I'm not going to get interfere in that. I will not comment. I will not interfere. I'll withdraw myself from all these unnecessary, I'm not saying extra, unnecessary work, unproductive works. The basic word is unproductive work. I am withdrawing myself from unproductive work, going into the shell of God's remembrance to keep my internal powers on. And this needs a lot of courage to do. Interfering in others' life, thinking about others, curiosity for what they are doing and why they are doing, easy. It's normal. Not thinking about what they are doing, keeping yourself withdrawn and yet associated, being witness is a special. So if you want to be a hero, the first power you need to, your armament, the hero which you are hosting inside now, the first arm, the first weapon you are going to give to your hero is to withdraw from unproductive work, waste, and negative. Time to time, going into the shell, increasing my lifespan, increasing my mental stability, not going in unnecessary, unproductive work. I need not to explain what are unproductive work around you. We keep on doing those things. So just fold yourself inside, go deep inside, withdraw yourself, be safe under the canopy of God, associate with people without losing your identity, helping others all the time, whenever invited. Uninvited help sometimes become interference. So, very close, but detached is power to withdraw. Let us meditate. I'm not going to help you to meditate for power to withdraw. There is nothing called meditation on power to withdraw. Power to withdraw is something, the manifestation of meditation in your action. But I need to meditate to go into the shell. I go inside that shell of godly remembrance where I'm very peaceful, where I'm very settled, and slowly the peace, that settled mindset will increase in my daily life. So let us meditate, just going inside my inner consciousness, going to soul world, going to Father, receiving his light, going to 100% peace and coming back. Okay, so sit comfortably with back straight and eyes open. Now, relax your body, relax your legs, relax your arms and shoulders, relax your face, relax your Eyes, keep your eyes half open. And now visualize yourself a tiny point of light in the middle of forehead. You are a soul, beautiful, small, living light. You are an eternal entity. In your forehead, I am shining like a star. I, the soul, start my journey to home. Visualize the star from my forehead. I, the star, leaving this body behind. I travel outside the window in form of a star. I am traveling upwards. I am traveling upwards, crossing clouds and going beyond the atmosphere. I reach a place in dark space. I am still traveling upwards. I am crossing all heavenly bodies. As I go up, leaving the dark space behind, I am entering the energy zone. I am leaving the physical world behind. I reach a world of white light. As I go deeper in the white light, I find light becomes golden and red. I reach deep in this golden red light. This is soul world. This is my home. I am a tiny point of light. I'm a star. I find many stars floating in this golden red light area. All are very similar, yet different. I am one of the stars. This is world of peace. The light is different than whatever light I have been working with in my life. This world is peace world. In this golden light, I find one beautiful, very bright star. He is my Father. He is Supreme Father. I am floating close to Him. I am going very, very close to Him. I am almost in His aura. I am feeling God's light on me. His light itself is conveying love and security. I am happy. I am peaceful. I am feeling powerful. Absorb this light in you. Keep yourself merged in this feeling. This is your shell. This is the way you generate powers in you. This is an incognito machinery. Just being close to my God Father, just being close to God, I automatically generate all the energies, all goodness in me, and waste and negative wash away. Very similar. It happens when sunlight strikes any element, infection, microbes died, and things become purified in sunlight. Same way, godly light purifies me. You can continue being in this feeling, and I close this session here. If you want to come back, you can come back and feel your ambience, but you can actually be in this feeling. This picture will be there on screen, and just feel that silence in you till we give questions to you. Om Shanti.